Create a marker. Marker. All right, we create a marker. All right. We're starting the session. Okay. How to market. Oh, not this chair, guys. Not this chair. How to market with no money. All right. No money. Okay. Let me tell you the story, the thing that I did. All right. The thing that I did, no cheating, no friends. No friends, no cheating. Let's see here. I wouldn't say it's cheating, guys. You can tell your friends. It's just a challenge. This is what we don't have. Say you have no friends, no coworkers, no network. All right. So you have this. You should have 0 friends in this scenario. Yeah. No friends, no coworkers, no network. Okay. It's just you and the internet. All right. This is the, what do you call it? Restriction. All right. That's the restriction. Okay.
Impressive.
So what can we do? All right. We have a few options. We have, what other opportunities? Make money selling feed pics. Yeah. There's social media. Social media. Right? There's going out to events. Start network. Network. All right. Start network. In real life. In IRL. All right. You have 2 options here. But I am going to only go. Hello, welcome. I'm only going to go with 2 options here. All right. Oh, where's my white? Where's my white color? All right, there's white. All right, nice. Okay, man, it looks so good with the neon, guys. You gotta admit, this looks really good with the neon. Right? There's social media. Right? Social media. Let's see here. Let's do Reddit. Let's do Reddit, guys. Reddit. We got, oops. Oh, what am I doing, guys? What am I doing? We got YouTube. We got the Twitch. We got the Twitch, guys. Twitch. We got the Discord, guys. We got the Discord. All right, Discord. Is this it? Boom. We got a bunch of these. And then there's also Twitter. Oh. All right, there's Twitter here. Where's Twitter? Oh man, where is the Twitter? X.com. X. All right, here.
Impressive.
Right here. Or is it here? X. All right, we have X. Right. We have X and plenty more, right? There's plenty more. And then there's Start and IRL network, guys. For now, let's say we only live online, guys. We only live online. So we're gonna cross this one out, guys. We're gonna cross this one out. I'm only gonna show you Sigma's way, right? We're talking about Sigma's way. Sigma's way. Sigma's way. Boom. Sigma's way. All right. There's a restriction. We have no friends. We have no coworkers. No network. We're not going anywhere IRL. Right. We're not. No family too. We're doing no family too. No family. No family either. Right. It's just us. strictly solo. Solo only. Solo only, guys. All right. Sigma. Where's Sigma, guys? Where's Sigma? All right. Sigma's way. Do this here. All right. We're going through here. Okay, let's divide it out here to tell you what I did, all right? I'll tell you what I did. Okay. Let's start with the first thing I did. The first thing I did, guys, we'll go in order because actually, let's start with like these ones. Start with X, actually. We'll start with X. All right, X. And mind you, we have $0. All right, we have $0. All right, let me lower the volume. Right, it's a little too loud. What do you think? What do you guys think? A little too loud? Let's get the easy effects here too, so we have control. All right, we got control. We got the control now. All right. Let me tell you what happened with X. And I have an X account. All right. Free users are technically, it feels like shadow banned. Shadow posts. Well, can only do shadow posts. All right, shadow posts. What does this mean, guys? What does it mean? It means no one can see your posts. Only replies. All right, no one can see your posts. Only replies. And oh, I actually have to include one more thing here before I forget. Y Combinator. Let's see here. Y Combinator. Hacker News. Is there anything here? No? All right, we're gonna have to come up with a picture for Hacker News. All right. Think or Google Hacker News. Let me because I just need images, guys. I just need images. This one. Save image as, or actually no, I just need to copy the image. I think copy the image, paste the image, bam. All right, got it. Kind of standing desk for yourself, peep in general. Nice. Nice. Hacker News, guys. I need Hacker News. I need product hunt. I'll show you product hunts. Copy image. I'll paste this. All right, we got this. I'll add it to the list. All right, show you that I actually did it. All right, no one could see replies on X. Okay. The only way, guys, is this is Hacker News. That someone could see your post and it getting popular is if you put your posts and link it. Create a post here. Create a post on Y Combinator. Hacker News, on Hacker News. Okay, backlinks, yeah. Create a post and then link it. Backlinks. That's literally the only way, guys. So if this post, guys, if this gets popular and it's upvoted, guys, you could still get popular. You could still get, this post could pop off. This post will pop off, you know? It'll go up. But otherwise, no one could see anything you do. So I was screwed here, guys. Sigma was screwed here. Basic marketing and SEO principles. Reddit is great for this. Yeah. So, as long as the post doesn't get banned, hello, welcome. As long as the post doesn't get banned, you're golden, right? And as long as this post also doesn't get banned, it just gets, you know, upvoted. You'll be fine. You'll be able to link to your post. However, you know, your account still sucks. I mean, you could get followers. You still could get followers here. You could still get followers here. But don't take my word for it. I don't do X right now. But apparently, we just heard that you need 500 plus followers to stream. Trick is the link, a payload that will link them to your C2 botnet. Got it. Botnet Twitch compliant. Yeah. All right. So I was screwed here. X wasn't the right platform for me. Not without paying. Need phone stream plus premium. All right. If they all bots, they're all customers. Yeah. You could sell the agents. All right. That's one strategy. So this didn't work for me. The other strategy, you know, here. The other strategy, guys. You know, create a post in a subreddit. Right? There's actually a few that you could do here. Let's move this out of the way here, so we could actually, like, you know, get more room here. So you can create a post in the subreddit, but if you have 0 karma, this is hard. This is hard because instead of mining or DDoS, imagine running LMs across the botnet. Yeah. Yep. So if you have zero karma, this part, creating a post, is hard because some subreddits require 50 plus karma to post. All right. To post. You know? To post. And also, there's so many rules. Lots of rules. Lots of rules. Rules. Most is no shilling. Most of the subreddits, guys, no shilling. People are annoyed at the shilling, the spam posts. And then most posts can't be created by AI. You know? They can't be created by AI. So, where is that one? And so you get banned. You get also, like, when you create posts with AI, with this, you get banned. Your account banned. Deleted. Shadow banned by Reddit. All right. You get shadow banned by Reddit. You get banned. Your account permanently gone. All right. It's like, it's dead, guys. It's dead. Dead. Explosion. Explosion. All right. Boom. All right. So it's really hard to get this. The only way, guys, the only way that you could post here, all right, the only way, that you could post here is if you have an old account. All right. If you have an old account, the old accounts are like gold, guys. In this age, in AI, gold, like, it's gold, guys. It's gold. Old accounts have value. They have value, guys. They have value. All right? Old accounts have value. In the age of AI, things that were created 5 years ago, 7 years ago, all have value. Like, crazy amount of value. An old account with any karma that hasn't been banned by Reddit, it's gold. It's literal gold for marketing. All right. And mind you, anybody could have created an account 7+ years ago. Right. Those are the only blessed accounts not created by AI. Now, every new account, if an account is new, it immediately gets banned and deleted. OG Amazon accounts go crazy. Anything with a lot of reviews, people keep their original listing and change the product and use it to scam. Yeah. Yep. All right. Creating a post is hard. So you have to have an old account. You have to have needs karma. Posts plus comment. Karma. And the only way to get this, guys, shrink this. Y'all know this gold. The only way to create this, guys, is create valuable posts. All right. However, there's another scenario that you could do that I will talk about later. All right. There's another tactic that you could do. I recommend, guys, just create simple, helpful posts. You know, helpful. Or a meme. Helpful or mean, guys. But it better not suck. All right. Better not suck, or else you don't get karma. The other one is you create a community, a subreddit. However, do not create a public subreddit. Do not create a public subreddit. Guys, when I created the SigmaShake subreddit, it immediately got banned, removed, and the account deleted. Because somebody, we call it shitheads at Reddit. Easiest way to build a community market for free, sell a product, have tits, yeah. Guys, you know, the shitheads. Heads will post all sorts of stuff. Will post shit, literal shit. Right? I don't curse often, but this is what screwed me over. I'm telling you right now, if you look at reddit.com, SigmaShake, it's banned. It's banned. Like, as soon as I created it, it got banned immediately, guys. It got banned immediately. And what the weird thing is, I don't even know what's going on. Some guy just posted a trip somewhere, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happens. Appeals take forever, guys. Appeals take forever. Alright? But we'll do the appeal. We just need more. We just need more, right? We already have Sigma Shakers, so we could do it. So make it don't make it public. Make it private. Make it visible, but invite only. Make it visible, but invite only. You're not ready, guys. You're not ready until you have a ton of moderators. I don't have a ton of moderators that could maintain a subreddit, nor do all my moderators like Reddit at all. So until then, I won't go Reddit route yet. Until then. All right. So you have to be there. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared.
Impressive.
Right. Little literal head, right? Okay. So you gotta be prepared for that. So the next, this is part of the strategy here, guys. This is the goal. This is the main goal, guys. This is the main goal. Main marketing goal. All right. This is Sigma's main goal, right? Winning at Reddit. All right. If we win at Reddit, we'll be able to conquer the world. But right now, we can't. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. All right. It's not yet ready until. So how do you get to this main goal, guys? If this is the goal, what are the hurdles, right? What are the levels that you need to get to like actually, you know, move up, right? Well, we'll start with going here, building a following. All right, building a following. My soldiers, everyone here, supporters, you're my soldiers. You're my soldiers, guys. All right, we're here to fight the army. The army, guys, is other Redditors, guys. We're going to battle, right? We're going to battle. In battle. Let's see here. Battle. We're going to battle, guys. Against other people in the community. Other communities. Alright. I'll tell you what I mean. Alright. How exactly do you get to, you know, this level of upvotes? Alright. How do you get to this level of upvotes? Right? Oh. Another thing too. Another thing about this, guys, they have to be aware of, requires approval. Mod approval. Right? This is crazy, guys. This is another blocker. If the post doesn't get approval, it doesn't get shown anywhere, guys. It doesn't get shown anywhere. It remains in the dark. Right? So what else could we do? You know, when you build your soldiers, you build a following, and I already talk about following. I already talked about this in recently today that I'll make a video on, is you create your community. Create your community first, right? You build a following by getting your community, and you'll build a following, right? Then you're gonna go to battle with other communities. And what I mean by that is, right when you make a post, all right? Right when you make a post. So we make a post. Make a post. And all we do, guys, all we ask for is an upvote. All right? All we ask for is an upvote. Not too hard, right? Not too hard. All we ask is for the upvote. I mean, we make a quality post, right? We make a quality post, and product. Guys, one of the main requirements before you even market, before even marketing, guys, your product has to be good. All right, it has to be good, because when people try it out, it's gonna, if it's snake oil, if it's snake oil, guys, no one, this will fail, guys. It will fail. All right, it'll fail. No one will no one will upvote this, guys. No one will upvote a product that's bad, right? So you have to make a good product, a good quality post, and with the right amount of, you know, support of your army, it will go up there. It'll make it to the leaderboard, okay? I'll make it to the leaderboard. Right? But that's the goal. But you have to do all this other stuff instead. First. Right? So this we could all do with no money, right? No money. No advertising, no paid advertising, no nothing. So what can we do next? We tried X. It's not working out. You're immediately shadow. You can't. All you can do is shadow posts. And next, guys, we have what I'm doing right now. Oh, another thing that I did. Let's talk about product hunt, guys. Product hunt and Y Combinator. All right, let's talk about this. Let's start with Y Combinator and product hunt. Okay, I'll try this. These two. All right. I think personally, product hunt is a scam. It's a scam, guys. It's a fake dream. You hear everything about, you know, using product hunt, but everything is fake. Everything is fake. Why? Why do I think it's fake? I'll tell you right now. Okay? All right. You need an account. You need an account to upvote. Right? You need an account to upvote. And they say no brigading. They say no asking others to upvote. Right? Well, then what's the point? Right? What's the point? I think, isn't that similar to like fake GitHub stars? That's another thing too. GitHub. Let's add GitHub here. As another thing. All right, GitHub. Let's do that. All right, just so I don't forget. So I think even if you get, even if you create a product, guys, this is a bubble. This whole space right here, bubble. Because you can't really, you know, get upvotes, and then even if you tell people to upvote or link on your site to upvote, that it's just fake. It's just fake because, you know, only the people in this circle could upvote each other. There's no, I guess it makes sense. You have to create an account, but the product that you're trying to sell, guys, no one's going to be here. No one's going to be here just to upvote a single product. That's just how it is. So that's why releasing a product here, vibe coding products, just won't work. Won't work. Next is what else we could do. All right. Or at least what I did. I realized really early that you know, we're banned. We're pretty much banned here. Practically banned here, right? We're practically banned on Reddit, and we're practically banned on X, right? And we can't really go anywhere here either, because, you know, when I launched my product here, nobody looked at it. Nobody looked at it. It was just fake bots trying to contact me about stuff. Nothing crazy, right? And then there's also Hacker News. Hacker News did something interesting too, with how they do things. Put that there. It's here. Go here. Boom. All right. Let me tell you about Hacker News, right? You can't post. There's this thing called show HN, which you're able to like show like your product. However, if you create a new account, if you create a new account, you can't do this. Can't do this. All right. It's weird, guys. It's weird. If you create an account, can't do this. Right? So what's the point? The only way? Impressive. The only way, guys, that you could post here, I kid you not, is if you have an old account. Yeah. All right, I'm not joking, guys. I'm not joking. The only way you could post on Show Hacker News is if you have an old account. I wish this was not the case. Right? And this shouldn't even be blue. It should probably be this, right? Like, guys, are you seeing a trend here? Are you seeing a trend? Old account, guys. Old account. Let's do this. Old. Right? Old. On Reddit. We also need old account. All right. Old account. X, regardless if you had an old account, it was good. It was good to be on X before you had to pay for X. But now, if you're starting out and you don't have an X account, you have to pay to play the game. All right. So let's say, so we're doing this marketing with no money. So we can't, guys, we can't pay for this, right? It won't work. So all we have is social media. So what can we do? Well, creating a Twitch account, you know, is free, right? Streaming is also free. It's free, you know, free 99. Free 99, guys. Free. We are free. Free. Free money. Free honey. Yeah, it's free. So as long as you're able to, you know, I would say, guys, you need a computer. The downside, guys, you still need a computer. You need a computer. A camera. You know, ideally a place to stay, a home. And this costs money, guys. This costs money, but what can I say, guys? You have to start with something, right? You still need the internet and electricity. So I wouldn't say this isn't free, guys. Thank you, Beast Kid. Keep following, unfollowing. Anyway, this isn't free. No, this is the only thing that isn't free. but I already had these things over time, right? I guess you could at least give me that option that like I'm not spending additional money to market myself at all, other than, you know, having my prerequisites. This is the prerequisites that I had.
Impressive.
That I, right? There's the prerequisites that I had, right? But I still didn't spend any money to this point, right? So streaming. I already told in my other lecture, my other lecture that I'll release today, and I talked about today, is how to create a community, right? I already talked about how to create the community, just repeating it over again. To create a community, I create a good name, a very catchy name. Did my research to make sure there was no, you know, no activity under the name, other than the same name. And then I had a product, and that product is you, me, the leader of the community, right? Then in order to be discovered, I found a trend of vibe coding. And you know it's a trend if there's breaking news and everyone's talking about it, and they search for terms, they use Google, they search X, and if you have 0 results here, you have to do just a tad bit more research to see if there's any existing content creators. Are they better? Are they worse? Are you better at technical skill than other influencers? Or can you make the same experience but better? Or can you stream more? And identify what your weaknesses are. Can you do something better? And from there, you're able to grab the keywords and get viewers to get to your channel. I'm just skipping through this really quickly, but once you have catch viewers from that keyword, you have one chance to create customer relationships with the viewers, right? And there's several ways here. You ask how they're doing, get to know them, what they're working on, and then any news, keeping track of the news. However, you know, how are you going to, don't people want to talk about the latest stuff? Yes, but no. They all want a person that's different, because everybody's doing the same thing. They want someone that's unique. They want someone with experience, mastery, and skills to pay the bills. And depending on their personality, they either want to be with a person that's chill or loud. And so you have to identify the viewers that you want to attract. You don't want pretty out-of-pocket people. And overall, you want to create retention, right? What makes a stream boring? When no one's talking, right? If no one's talking, stream is boring. They can literally just watch the video themselves without the streamer, right? What they want is opinions. What not to do, especially for me, is coding. Coding is boring, guys. Coding is boring. Watching people vibe code is boring. There's nothing interesting about spawning a bunch of terminals, right, to do coding. It's not that interesting. And watching stuff with no commentary. So what you should do, guys, you gotta show off your skills. Or give your opinions on the breaking news. People want to hear what the breaking news is, right? It's the opportunity to show off your skills and teach stuff, which is what I'm doing right now. And the secret, guys, the secret to live streaming. I had people already, you know, transferred over, pay the bills, to, you know, reveal the secret in the previous stream. So the secret to live streaming, guys, is to just view yourself. View yourself while you're talking and keep talking. It makes things 1000% easier if you watch yourself as you're talking, because, you know, you don't feel alone, right? You don't feel alone. And this is the most critical part to being a successful streamer, right? Not feeling alone. Next tip is you gotta simulate all the senses, guys. All the senses. Vision. What people see on the stream. What they see on the Twitch and the YouTube. The graphics. The videos. The interesting stuff. All the stuff to increase ADHD, guys. Next, the hearing, the audio. You want to keep things interesting. You don't want dead silence, guys. Dead silence is bad. Having a good song, having me talking, that's what people want to hear, guys. Now, last thing, the thing that you can't do or simulate over the internet, unless you have those remote control thingies. You know what I mean? For those people in VR. Touch, taste, and smell. So the best thing you could do is describe them or show them off. Soft skills is the ability to share experiences, right? Those are the things, those are the secrets to creating a good stream. And then lastly, to protect your community, you gotta be the gatekeeper here, right? The gatekeeper. You can't just block everyone that infects visibility, so you have to create layers of filtering. Taboo topics, dead in the water. Ban everyone. Ban them. Improves mental health. When people talk shit, just like in Dota 2, you mute them, you block them. You don't want to keep any of them in your head. Keep that space, free space, just like Monopoly. And then, tribute to Reckful, he didn't really have good mental health, and when he passed away, no one is tolerating shitheads anymore, guys. We just ban them. All right, ban them on every platform, because if they get in your head, they'll make the community fall, and you fall. So you just ban them straight up. So that is really the concept of quick TLDR, creating the community. Because, guys, the reason why you create the community, right? Because I had a video, just got banned from Discord, even though I was just showing myself vibe coding. I tell you to make your own community, right? You can't get banned from your own community. So I tell you to create one. And it's the reason why you create it, because the 99% will give up. They'll say, I got banned. I guess I can't post. I guess I'll be silent my whole life. But, never give up. And then the 1% keep going. Actually, it's probably the 0.0.1% keep going. This is the metric, right? This is the metric. And this is the 999% that fail or that give up. Let me fix that. All right. That's a lot of people. Actually, it's probably this, right? It's probably this. The 99.99%. Yeah. All right. And so that's why you need to create your community because ideally, if you ever create a product and you market it, you'll have 0 users. And when you'll have a big marketing problem because you built your product in a silo and no one's going to give you any feedback on, if it's good. And when you post stuff, it'll have 0 viewers from the start. And would you want to rely on an algorithm, or will you use an existing community to help boost you, right? A lot of people are very skeptical. You know the reason for the ban? No, they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me, they didn't message me. Anyway, but they're skeptical, right? People are skeptical. There's software that has malware and doxing, but no trust. I teach you how to build trust. Building trust requires a few different things. I had another one that got blown away. But let me save this real quick as I'm going through it, guys. As I'm going through it, we gotta save our work. All right. All right, saved. Okay. And usually when you have no trust, you gotta build trust. So when you build trust, you gotta be vulnerable. You gotta build in public. You gotta show weakness. You gotta be human, and you have to be right 90% of the time. You have to be an expert with ideally years of experience, AI has changed that hurdle dramatically. You know, changed by AI. And you got to give out advice for free, teach for free, and you got to know identities. Like, there's this process called secret societies. And without identities, there's no attribution. No attribution. Gotta have attribution. Right? And that gives you, you know, better trust. But you gotta, you know, build that history, guys. Build that history. Build the history. All right. Build the history. So that's getting your community right. That gets you up to speed on creating your following, or at least this part, right? And that's what Twitch has led me to, right? Twitch was a difficult one, right? I already talked about we did the research. We did the research, all right? We got the tags, and now we are able to retain viewers, right? We're at this point. We're able to, you know, we create our community, we did our research, we got keywords to funnel people in, and then that's the whole. Then we create the content, right? Now create the content. And I already talked about the content, so this is like the funnel, right? And more people, as things grow, guys, as things grow, you'll get more and more people along the way. Stonks, guys, stonks, right? You'll get more followers over time. But you really gotta try other different tactics out there. Gotta really try. Otherwise, you know, no one's gonna stick around if you don't got any value, guys. No one's gonna stick around. So I talk about Twitch here. Well, YouTube, this is the ideal go-to. Ideal goal. Similar to but there's no what do you call it? You can't cheat this one, guys. You can't cheat this one. You can't force your viewers to watch YouTube. Can't force viewers to watch, or followers. All right, you can't force followers to watch, right? So what do you do instead, guys? What do I do instead? All right, I say, you know, I create good content on certain moments. Right? I create contents on certain moments, and then, right, there's gonna be a lot of people, guys, they miss the stream. They missed the stream, right? They didn't get to watch it. All right? They didn't get to watch it. All right? So what do? You know, that's when you say, hey, I did something really cool. You know? You missed it. You're gonna have to watch my video. Right? They missed the stream. It makes sense though, right? You can't force people to watch, the followers to watch. But you create good content, create good moments, and when they miss the stream, you just funnel them to watch my video. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? But it's harder. It's hard, right? It's hard to create this part, right? So what we just learned from Streamer University is you gotta plan segments. And there's that, he mentioned this quote about cutting the tree, right? We're gonna lose AI, right? What's that famous quote about cutting a tree and sharpening the axe? Axe, come on, axe. Oh, all right, I guess I didn't do it. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree. I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe, right? What a Chad quote, guys. What a Chad quote. All right. All right. Let's go at the tree. Let's get the tree too. Tree. All right. Got the tree. So yeah, you have the plan segments, right? When you plan segments, makes it easier. Easier to create the content. All right. And that makes sense, guys. That makes sense. At least in my opinion. At least in my opinion, guys. If you have this, you're able to, you know, create the video. Right? And the only thing, guys, that I'm missing, is the video editor. The only thing I'm missing is the video editor. I edit my own videos. Guys, you can't, when you're operating with no money, you can't afford to pay anybody. Even if they work for free, guys, are you really going to trust them to give access or, you know, edit your content, upload it, and do all this stuff? It's going to be hard. But we're doing it with nobody. We're doing it solo. So when I create videos, creating videos, we do a couple of the basics, right? There's probably tons of YouTube videos on this. I'm really bad at this, but this is my current state, right? Live equals recording session, right? After live, post recording, you know? We just create tags here while we're recording. Create, not tags, markers. Let's do this white. We create markers here. Post recording. We have to edit the video. Edit as new video. And then after editing, we trim it, right? We trim the video. Trim. Then we description, thumbnail. Then we do a description. And the one thing that I still need to do, guys, I still need to figure out today, to this day, how to add an intro. First 1 minute, right? Ideally, create the first one. The thumbnail is pretty simple. It's just a GBT, right? The trimming, this is YouTube's built-in studio. And then the description, you just use Gemini, the Google AI Gemini built in. Create the timestamps. Create the timestamps for the description. And then you have the tags. And that's pretty much most of it, right? But this part I still need to work on. Adding the first minute, I'm guilty, guys, of adding or doing any intro at the beginning of the video. I keep forgetting to do intros, guys. Keep doing this. Now, that gets me the video, and that's what's going to be posted now. This is at least what I do. AI could do some of these, right? And then the last thing I have to do is now post this on social medias. So one thing that I have to do, guys, is like, oh, I don't have to take about, but I should post this on Discord. X Reddit, right? Reddit provides the most viewers for things, but let's talk about the Discord. The Discord, guys. The Discord. I don't think anything's gonna happen with this GitHub thing, but it does offer some free marketing here and there. So Discord, guys. Discord. Creating a Discord. I start out with 0 people, right? 0 people. It was really started with just myself and my first viewers. Invite viewers. Right. I think this would be part of creating the community, but I don't really mention Discord when creating a community. But the thing is, you had to have all these other things first, right? You had to have, once you create the content and people find you interesting, you invite the viewers, right? And that's perfectly fine. However, I am very cautious. I'm very cautious. Jake Skane, back in my day, Navi was 2D robot. Yeah. Yeah. I was very cautious, guys. You need to do your evaluations. New color. Do evals. Do evals, guys. We're all talking about evals, about the internet. Do evals. Is this person sane? Right. Is this person mentally sane? Sane? Mentally healthy, okay. Healthy. Some are, some aren't. You know? You gotta keep a check here, guys. You gotta keep a check here. Do like no out of pocket messages. Alright, this is for me. This is applying to my community, right? My community, you know, we don't say out of pocket stuff, guys. We don't say out of pocket stuff. Right? And then are they supporting the channel? Are they supporters, right? Just to, because guys, once you let in the other people, we talked about this before about the communities. You know, they'll make you fall, guys. They'll make you fall, right? Remember the mental health portion, guys. Mental health portion, it's very important. So you don't want any haters, guys. Any haters? Guys, when you run into a hater, haters banned. Immediately. No toleration. Absolutely none. We're all adults here. right? So invite viewers, right? It leads us to what Joe messaged me about some time ago, is when I'm AFK, there's still activity. There's still activity, guys. When I'm AFK or not streaming, there's still activity, guys. And I go back to this one video. I forgot what video. How to treat a client law. Is there something right here? This guy. Managing client relationships as an investment banker, lawyer, or consultant. This guy. This guy right here, guys. This is how I treat all my viewers. All my viewers are treated this way. Alright, I'll link it in the chat, guys. Link in the chat. It's a video about maintaining customer relationships, like at the highest bar. You know, every single person, guys, every single viewer. Oh, welcome to the other guy. Welcome. Is a client, right? Every single person is a client, and to support that client, support the client, guys. Client, right? When you support the client, you gotta offer the premium service, guys. A premium service. It means, you know, I go out of my way to fix or help. All right. They're the client, guys. What does this mean? I respond to every message. Respond to every message. Alright, I respond and react to every message because every viewer is a premium client, guys. Especially if they're a supporter, they're premium, guys. They get my attention. I make sure, you know, they're good. Make sure they're good. If they encounter a problem and they bring it up to me, I offer my advice based on my experience. And if I don't know the answer, I admit it. Alright? You gotta be right. You gotta be right. Right? 90 to 100% of the time. Alright? Gotta be accurate, guys. You gotta be accurate. Alright? You gotta be accurate. Because when the client asks for help, if you're wrong, they're not gonna trust you, guys. They're not gonna trust you. If you're wrong, the 10% guys, 10% wrong, reduces trust. Okay, reduces trust. Right, so that's why, you know, this is the funnel, or this is the reaction of Discord. A place, guys, when people come to this Discord, guys, it should feel like a home. Should be like a home. Almost like a family, almost. Almost like friends, family. Right? But we all have the same hobby. Alright? We're not family. We're friends online. But what's better, guys, what's better than friends and family is that we all have this same hobby. Right? This is what brings us all together, right? This hobby. Right? Most of your friends, if you have any, or in this case we have 0, they won't have the same hobby as you. I have several friends, acquaintances that I met in school, college, family. You know, I don't connect with them at all compared to you guys, right? Because we all have the same hobby. We like the vibe coding, the AI, and everything like that. It brings us all together, right? And if there's anything else I could say for Discord, yeah, the Discord also. Discord improves trust in your followers, right? The more trust you have in your followers, the more responsibilities they can have. All right. You see, you can't just trust everything right away, right? When they trust, when you invite, you know, a stranger into your home, do you expect them to like be good on like making the food and or, you know, doing something that you would otherwise do yourself all the time that you're used to? You got like the responsibilities here, you know, is moderation, right? Moderation is a big one. The other is, you know, talking when you're away, offline. When you invite people into your home, they're not going to be like talking crazy stuff or posting stuff. It's all just, you know, all reasonable, right? And overall, that's improves the whole experience of Discord. Is creating that home, because otherwise, if something goes out of pocket and they start doing all sorts of crazy stuff, it's not good. It's not good at all. It actually eventually shut down the whole entire operation. So it's even harder as things goes bigger, more and more moderation needs to get tighter and tighter and tighter.
Impressive.
Hey, welcome. So that's hello, welcome. So that takes care of the Discord portion of marketing for free. And all this, guys, no one's getting paid. Everyone just wants the support. As long as you're able to provide the value, you treat everybody with respect, like an adult, things will go well. At least that is for me. And then streaming, we talked about YouTube. All this I haven't spent any money on, other than, you know, AI helping me with some portions of the stuff. Show value. And yeah, GitHub is another thing. I wouldn't say I don't use it personally, but, you know, I use GitHub. I use GitHub a lot for my personal projects, and I've always been a closed source person, but I use GitHub to share my stuff. All right, I share my stuff. You know, I open source some of my projects. Right? And allows other people to contribute, right? Allows contribution. And yeah, people like it. People like it, dissect it, provide feedback. The main thing, guys, I think, oh, one thing I didn't mention is like DMs, friends, DMs, allows immediate contact, real time, immediate feedback, right? Get with this, but also very careful of this too, guys. I don't want to, invite out-of-pocket people all of a sudden, but I keep this in a lock.